Morning. All right, gang, welcome back to the channel, and day 4 of our American Cancer Society rides. It's the, if you're new to the channel, it's the 300-mile challenge for August to raise awareness for the American Cancer Society. So I just wanted to push myself, have a goal. So that's what I'm doing this month. Yesterday was a good day. Ended up racking up 26 miles. And if you've watched the video, you know that my camera shut off on me halfway through the ride because I forgot to delete the files from the previous day. And the storage on the camera is not that big to begin with. So when you leave files on there, it takes up all the space, and I ran out of room. I think I have 2 hours and some change in storage on the camera. Morning. And I didn't bring the dock with me to download the files off of it. So I should probably do that in the future. Anyways, so welcome back. Today is what I would consider sort of a recovery day. The last 2 days have been pretty, for me, intense, as the paths I chose required me to really pedal hard the entire time. Well, not so much the paths, but the path on day 2 was not hard, but it was because of the conditions. I was racing to get the time in. Yesterday, just riding down the road, which is really flat, required me to just really pedal the entire time, and which is great because I got a great workout out of it. Morning.
Morning.
But by the time I finished up, I paid for it. I got home, my knees hurt, legs hurt, butt hurt, back hurt, all of them. Because at my size, every being in my body gets a workout. My shoulders, my arms. And it's magnified by the fact that I'm just overweight and need to lose some poundage. Get some nice water shots. So, anyways, my plan today is work my way into the park, which I have, and then just kind of do a loop here around the lake, and then head up to the Eco Center, head out the back way through there, around the high school and elementary school, or former high school, I should say, and then through Meyer Park, down through the Water District, and then around the golf course. So that's going to be the plan anyways. Good morning. Doing good? Morning. You talking to me? Huh? You're talking to me? I don't get it. Why not respond? Why not just say good morning? I don't know. Maybe they're having a fight. Morning. Morning, guys. Just gonna pass on your left. I hate these bridges. I mean, they're cool and I like them, but I just hate the narrowness of them. Morning. Man, I just don't get it. I don't get why it's so hard for people to be kind and just interact. I mean, do you have earbud disease? It's a sickness, I've decided. Shoving earbuds in your ears and zoning out everything else around you so you can be antisocial. I think that's a sickness. Maybe I'm just overly friendly. Maybe I'm the one that's sick. Not gonna change. Wow, look at the number of people out here riding. I got started really late today. Normally there's not anybody around me because I start at 5:30 in the morning. But in all honesty, when I woke up this morning, I didn't even know whether I was gonna come out. It was one of those, I'll let the body dictate the day. That's kind of where I'm at. Good morning. How are you? Awesome. It's nice to find somebody who responds. You're good. I don't look like your friend behind you, huh? Look a little bit different. Well, let me pass you so you can see her. Have a good morning. You don't look like my friend. Morning, ladies.
Morning.
Have a good ride. Morning. 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 Hey, good morning. So speaking of letting my body dictate what I'm gonna do, because when I went to bed last night, I was super sore. Back was sore, knees hurt every time I stood up. So, but when I woke up this morning, I felt decent. My right knee was a little bit tight. And I walked around the house and did a few stretches and everything. And I felt good enough to get on the bike. But again, this will be a ride where my body tells me how much I'm going to do today. I'm going to keep enough of a pace where I get a workout, but not going to push as hard as I did the last couple of days. So if I want to slow the pace down, I'll slow the pace down. If I want to pedal a lot, I'll pedal a lot. Or I'll pedal some, coast some, pedal some, coast some, and just let where I'm at, or let how I feel dictate how much I do. And so the plan of going around the lake and then going back the long way towards where I live, that gives me an option to, when I get back to my starting spot, continue on down Fort Morgan Road for a piece in order to tack on some distance, or call it a day. So if I get down there and my butt hurts and my legs are tight, and I just decide, this is not what I want for the rest of the day, I can go ahead and call it quits. And any mileage I get is good mileage, right? And then after that, morning, I can, after that, I can just go if I feel like it. And I can ride out as far as I feel like riding out and then come back home. So I felt like that was a good idea versus coming into the park, getting way back into the back of the park, getting tired, and not feeling like making my way back home. So that's kind of where I'm at today. So that's kind of, a lot of times, if I just don't feel like it, I won't go. And that was where I was this morning. Go or no go. And I got up, walked around, did a few things, had my first drink of the day, first beverage of the day, and then said, I think I could ride Might not be 20 miles, might not be 25 or 30. It might only be 10. And then I just go from there. Take what I can get. I'd rather get a little bit of mileage in for the day towards my goal than to get no mileage in. But I also got started late today because I did sit around and watch some videos and read some news and did that kind of stuff because I wasn't rushing out the door. I was waiting to decide what I was going to do. All right, here we are at the bike pavilion where you can service your bike. It's neat. They have like little wrenches hanging on that thing too. So if you don't have a kit, let's say you've got a flat tire and you don't have a wrench, you can take it out. It's a pretty neat little area back here. I'm not sure what that is, unless it's like a convention center. I rode around it. It looks like they got a lot of tables and stuff in there. So they might have some sort of like events that are in there. And then back here, there's a potting barn. It's got a lot of vegetables and stuff planted. And they have sprinklers on motion detectors. So I'm guessing that is a way to deter animals. The bathhouse there. Some parked vehicles there. And then a pavilion. So I don't know. I don't know if you can come have like conventions here. Like if you want to have some sort of big gathering. Maybe they rent them out for that. I don't know. I kind of wonder what this area is. It's a way out for me. It makes no rhyme or reason either as like when it's open and when it's closed. Like yesterday the gates were open. Today they're closed. And it's like they've been open early in the morning for me. They've been open late in the afternoons. But this morning they're just shut. I don't know why. Football practice going on over there. School starts next week. A week from Wednesday or a week from tomorrow. It's first day of school in Gulf Shores. Orange Beach, first day of school is Thursday, which is 2 days away. I would have thought both of them would go to school at the same time, but apparently that is not the case. Yesterday when I came through here, the lot was full. I guess all the teachers getting their rooms set up and all that stuff. That solar panel, kind of interesting. Yesterday when I came through, it was all folded up. I thought it was just a neat little artistic thing. But all those panels will actually roll up into just one single panel. I guess that's for like when high winds or something go on, they can roll them all together and protect it. Pretty nifty. And then it also rotates and tracks the sun. I thought it was shaped to look like a flower just for an artsy move, but I had no idea it collapsed on itself like that. All right. We are now headed back to the Meyer Park area. And that'll give us the easiest access I have found for me to get to and from the west side of 59. I'll cross 59 at the traffic light, but I know that I'm doing that at the risk of my life. You really have to be on the defense when you do it, because you never know who's going to come from one direction or the other trying to beat the stoplight and make that turn really quick, blindly. And at the speed they're coming, because, you know, they floor it and try to get around. Oh, it's turning yellow, I can beat it. So they haul ass up there and try to make that turn. And if you're obscured by some of the bushes that are there, you're in a prime spot to get run over. And there's been several occasions when I've come across there where if I wasn't really anticipating things, I would have gotten hurt. So I try to avoid it whenever possible. But there's certain times of the day, like I know I can get across there fairly easily. Like 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, traffic hasn't built up. And I don't really have to worry about it that much. 7:30 in the morning, different story. Everybody's going to school, taking kids to school, going to work, all that other stuff. It's quite congested on there. And I could get squished like a grape, so I'd rather not. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go this way, even though I don't want to. I need to go and be over here because the button for the light is on this side of the road. Why the city chintzes out and only puts the button on this side and not on both sides. I gotta save $5 so we can buy some more flock cameras. All right, there's nothing there. Now I can switch over to this side of the road. Morning. Again, I'd rather not do it that way, but sometimes you got to do what you've got to do. Oh, speaking of flock cameras, smile for the camera. Oh. Morning. All right, so this is the waterway district that they want to build up. It's funny, they built this district, but nobody's really taking advantage of it. I don't know if the price of the property is too high or what, but like this district's been here for a while now, and these two parcels of property next to Acme haven't been developed and don't look like they're ever going to get developed. I imagine whoever owns them knows they got a golden goose there, and they're probably going to try to get as much money as they possibly can from it. I probably should get off of this sidewalk. because I believe I'm breaking the law being on it. I don't think that's considered a multi-use pathway. So I've already been through all here already. From the Catholic Church to the Eco Center is 6 miles. So those 2 legs that I've already, or the first one that I've already done, and then going around the lake, probably sets me up for 9 miles there, and then another 6 going back. Hey, buddy. Doing that hard work to mow the grass. So, depending on how Strava calculates everything, I am probably coming to the church on this leg somewhere around 16 miles complete. And then I can, like I said, decide there if I want to ride down to the golf course and back to try to get 20, or if I'm just going to call it a day and bank my 16 miles and be done. We'll see. Yeah, one more stop sign. I got plenty of battery left, so that's always a concern for me when I want to do distance, is how much battery I'll have. I try to be really, really conservative, especially in the beginning of the day or the beginning of the ride. I try to really, really conserve battery so that later on in the ride, if I'm pooped and feeling a little bit exhausted, I can crank up the pedal assist to help me out going home. So I try to conserve as much of it as I can in the beginning of the ride, so I have plenty of reserve. Which means staying off the throttle and using the low pedal assist settings. One thing I noticed, though, doing road riding is, like yesterday going down West Beach, I want to carry as much speed as I can on that, just because I'm out in the open. There is no speed limit on me, and I want to get done as quick as possible, right? And I'm letting, I want to keep my cadence. But even with the low pedal assist mode, the bike wants to give more motor to maintain that high speed, and I do eat a lot of battery making that run. I think I burned 40% of my battery yesterday from the time I started until I got to Gulf Place. So I had 60% left. For the remainder of the run, but you know, you never know how fast that's going to go, depending on how you feel. He's not stopping. Jesus, you don't see me sitting there? Send that to the city. I got the same rules of the road as you do. I guess he thought I stopped there for him. That's the thing, you have to ride defensive all the time. Don't assume anything. And I think the city has rules in place that tell those drivers to yield to every damn body. Because I've come up to road crossings before, and city drivers will see you sitting on the side of the road, and they'll come to a complete stop and wave you across, and almost to the point where it's a standoff, because you're like, no, just keep on going, and they're, no, you, after you, no, after you, no, I insist, after you, no, really, it would be proper for you to go first, not me. Not that guy. Anyways. I didn't say hi, but I did wave. Good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Great. Today's an interesting day also. Orange Beach today is having their second reading of their proposed changing to the e-bike laws. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Huh? Good one. I see him just about every day. Good morning. On your left.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Morning. Morning. So I've covered it before. Orange Beach is setting in micro-mobility laws. I guess is how they classify an e-bike now. But seemed like I read where it was 15 miles an hour, but they changed it in the write-up I saw yesterday, said 20 miles an hour speed limit on paths, sidewalks, 12 miles an hour inside of the state park on the backcountry trails. And then the interesting part of the write-up I saw yesterday was you had to slow to 10 miles an hour to address a pedestrian. But then it went on to say you have to slow to 10 miles an hour to basically pass anything. So two bikes addressing each other, both traveling at, I don't know, let's say 15 miles an hour. Both of those bikes are supposed to then slow to 10 miles an hour to pass one another. Now, you know good and well that a cyclist is not going to slow down when they're out road training, and by road training I mean they're on the backcountry trail hauling ass. You know good and well they're not going to slow down. But if an e-bike doesn't slow down for something, or a motorized scooter doesn't slow down for something, there'll be hell to pay for that. It's such a different standard that is held for the two. It's a bike. A bike is a bike. How I get it to 20 miles an hour is the only difference. But if two bikes are coming at each other, one's electric and one is human powered, it doesn't matter. They're both traveling at the same speed. Why is it imperative? Good morning. Why is it imperative that the e-bike always slow down, but we're going to give bikes leeway? Oh, because it takes longer for the bikes to get up to speed than it does an e-bike. It's not my fault. And acceleration isn't the issue. It's not that I can get up to speed fast. I thought it was the fact that people were riding recklessly and so fast, out of control. They're nuisances. Good morning. I don't know. I just think it's super silly. But yeah, the whole idea of the fact that you're going to slow down to 10 miles an hour anytime you're going to pass somebody, I think is kind of ludicrous. Good morning. All right. But anyways, today's the second reading on that. And I'm sure there is no open discussion on it. So I'm sure it's gonna be read and then accepted as the fact and become part of Orange Beach's rules. So which I'm fine with it, to be honest with you. I just think the whole verbiage about slowing down to 10 miles an hour when you encounter someone is a little silly. I think that part of it is the only thing that I saw that I thought was a little bit crazy looking. What the hell is going on with my phone? What? I swear I don't understand this app. I really don't. Why am I looking at it? This is what it's giving me. It's not giving me data. I want data. I don't want the map. I don't need the map. I need data. I want to be able to see how many miles I've traveled. And apparently it doesn't want to show me that. Distance, 17 miles. I had to just go to the home screen on the phone to see the data, which is silly. Usually when I open the app up, the app shows me where I'm at. I don't need to see the map. I know where I'm at. All right, 16 miles, 17 miles, something like that. Looked like it was close to 17 miles, like 16.9. I'm going to ride a few more miles. I'd like to get at least 20 today. So let's make our way down to at least the golf course. And I'll see how I feel when I get there. Ah! I got stung by a bee. Oh, that hurt. Wow, it flew between my helmet and glasses. And then when it got inside my glasses, it stung me in my forehead. Damn, that hurt. I gotta stop for a second. That is stinging. It's right above my eye, too. You never know what's gonna happen, huh? All right, give me a second. All right, let's motor on. All right, we're back. Never had that happen. I mean, I told you about the bumblebee deal last week, where it slammed in my sunglasses. I'm gonna have a little red spot on my forehead for a couple of days. But we'll push on anyways. The ride's more important than a little bit of pain. Good morning. Morning. On your left. Good morning. Looks like I can get through here okay. Forehead's still stinging right now. Can't believe that happened. All right. So I think I'm just going to ride down here to the entrance of Peninsula, turn around and head back. And that should be like 20, 21 miles. And that'll be good for me. Who knows, I might ride around the church a few times. Body-wise, I feel like I probably could go further down, maybe even like to Shell Banks. But I'm not gonna lie, that bee sting on my forehead is irritating me. I kind of want to deal with that. I'm not allergic to anything. It's just more irritating than anything. It's just a constant throbbing pain, and I can't really do anything about it. I ain't got no tobacco or anything. Well, yeah, I think we'll make our way back and be content with the mileage we have, right? May take tomorrow off. Just depends. Like, again, depending on how I feel when I get up. I may take a ride, I may not take a ride. I want to give myself one day to just rest, to be honest. I looked at the calendar yesterday, and I've been training or riding every single day on that training app for over 2 weeks straight now. And only one of those days was a minor day. And by minor for me, I mean like 6 miles. Most of my days are 17 plus. So I think I'm to that point where I'd like to take one day and just chill out. But sometimes it's not in my nature to do that. That need to accomplish something and not delay will ultimately win over sometimes and go, oh, you need to get up and get on that bike. All right, I'm going to take a break at this swing here for a minute, and then we'll make the last push in. All right, last little push. We'll be done for the day. I looked at my mileage while I took a little break there, and I was at 20.8, I think. So, not too bad. Not too bad. Anything else I get today is gravy. Especially when I set out this morning thinking like 10, 15 miles an hour, you know. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So to be sitting on 20 and still have to work my way back home, that's a win. So I've said it before, I don't put the link to my challenge page, donation page, in any of the videos because when I created it under my personal account on Facebook, and I don't want to be sending people from the website or from the YouTube page to my personal account. So had I thought about it ahead of time, I would have created like a page on Facebook for this particular YouTube channel, and that way I could have put it up and might have drawn some interest in donating, but yeah, it's just not going to happen at this point. But if you'd like to donate, you can always go to the American Cancer Society's website and donate there. I believe that's AmericanCancerSociety.org. So, I don't know, maybe when I get home today, I'll look at it. Morning. Maybe I'll look at it and see if I can start up a fundraiser. Maybe I can start another profile on Facebook and start up a fundraiser on there and just move all my attention to it. Let's see. Good morning. I'm going to pass you on your left. Have a good day. So I don't know, maybe I can do that. It's not something I really thought about before I did it. Because, like, I was talking to my family, and it's kind of like, well, I'm riding every day. I might as well do this challenge. It give me a reason to ride. And, you know, there's a cool little medal you get from it, which at the time I thought was if you completed the challenge. I didn't realize it was tied to if you get $25 in donations. So yeah, I thought, well, all you got to do is knock out the 300 miles. And then when I learned that they really don't care about the mileage, they just care about the donations, I kind of felt bad. I'm pretty sure I'll end up having to donate 25 bucks so I can get my medal. But I won't do that until I complete the 300. I've seen people inside the group posting pictures already with their little medal, and they haven't rode the first mile. You haven't ridden the first mile. The ultimate participation trophy. Well, it wouldn't be the ultimate. The ultimate would be you get the medal just for signing up. I mean, the fact that you had to shell 25 bucks out for the medal makes it less of a participation trophy. But, you know what I'm saying. All right, I can see the Catholic Church up ahead. With that said, I'm gonna post the Strava card. Let's see how many miles we completed. I'm gonna say thanks for watching. And as always, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Y'all know how to do things on YouTube. If you want to see more content and support the channel, I would appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a blessed day. And I'll see you back for day 5. Bye-byes.